right now, man. Yeah, shout out to MTV for giving us some exclusive info. And you know where you are because you're tuning in live on CMA 8 TV, aka the Down to Earth Network on that Earthquake Sound International. You know what it do. It's BluMuthaFuingM0NDAY with your boy Thursday. I'm his favorite Reginald left right out of the city. You know what it is, Toronto. So yeah, hey people, I got some things that I got on my mind, but I'm gonna jump into some questionable areas right now because I don't know much. So yo, kiddos, all you little kiddos out there who play the video games, I need you guys to actually talk and communicate with your parents because I'm coming from a generation where we used to call these things consoles. All right, there was a couple kids who had themselves a Nintendo, a Genesis, an Atari, a ColecoVision.
Oh, I remember all of them things.
Mm-hmm. And at some point in time, these things ended up in the hoods, and it brought people together. It caused rifts for life. You know what I'm saying?
It caused problems too.
You know what I mean? Contra, Alter Beach, Zelda. You know.
And gambling problems too because
Yep. The sports games.
No, I'm just saying before the social media and all that, we had the consoles and we put down the money regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True that.
Yeah.
True that. Fives. Yeah, man. Back in the day, we had the dollar bill. Yeah.
And at the arcade now, oh Lord of mercy.
Now that's where personally I wanted to get into overall, but
that's where the violence started.
I don't know if it was really the violence. I mean, like there was a lot of adults
check this out, man. I got
playing video games back then.
It was only downtown arcade I went to, so
yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, I agree with you.
Okay, I'm being real. I'm being real in the field here.
I agree with you there. Yeah, I agree. Right. Team agree on that one. All right, give me a gunshot for that right there, Toronto. Thank you very much. Yeah, the arcade life was real. It was probably the realest state a video game can ever say right now because there is a difference in video games now, brother.
Well, like, let's just talk a little bit of that retro. Like, let's get
the
real
retro.
here.
You want to go back? All right.
Certain arcade places,
late 70s.
If you didn't belong there,
early 80s.
It just didn't make sense for you to hang there.
I agree.
That's all I have to say about that.
I agree.
And you could tell who didn't belong there. Okay? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, the one thing I loved about the arcade was just the competition, the competitive nature that was always in there. Like, regardless if you gambled or if you were just a really dope video gamer and you just like taking guys' quarters. You know what I'm saying? Like, the arcade was the thing. Shout out to Free Play Toronto. You know, they always showing us love. So, you know, shout out to Free Play Toronto.
Well, the next thing what I loved about it from the arcade is like,
the arcade.
You know, the kids, if you don't know, you know, the ones in this era, they don't know about arcades. But arcades, you know, it was a video game thing. Whatever video game was about to come out, it would come out in the arcade first before the console.
100%.
Right? And it'd be in the arcade for a while before the console game comes out.
Facts.
Because they did that was their marketing research.
Yeah, 2-3 Christmases and then put it on console. Yeah,
at the same time now, it depends on what game it is, especially if it's a 2-player game and if it's a hype of a game. Everybody put them money right at the top of the thing here because it's saying, me next.
You
get what I'm saying?
And
sometimes it was like this, if you are that good, you're staying on the thing until the next challenger is gonna take you off. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, first Mortal Kombat, second Street Fighter 2. Yeah, man. I remember power lighting us for guys don't want to act all ass and be all badass. Kudos to all the guys who missed school, who came at lunchtime and just stayed there gaming and knocking people off.
Yeah, man.
I remember them guys.
Real shit. Yeah, man. It was real in the field.
But that's when gaming was.
It was something. It was something. Don't get me wrong.
Know, maybe it was just the newest thing that was going on at the time. You know what I mean? Because Pogs came in, marbles faded out.
Okay, yes. Evolution of gaming,
you know what I'm saying? Kids stopped playing Monopoly. Now it's on McDonald's.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Let's get real here. Who plays a board game anymore?
Shit. I play
No,
board games.
they
I got
still
kids.
they still sell
I got
them.
kids.
They
I
still
got
sell them,
kids. I
but
play
they're
board
not.
games.
They're not like on the rise of like okay, let's just get real here.
There are no new board
let me
games.
just get real
Maybe
here.
that's
like,
the best way to
like
put it.
from 8 to like a 15-year-old, right? 8 to 15, right?
Yeah.
Which 8 to 15-year-old is saying, "Yo, let's play this board game right now." Yeah, right. Come on, man. Be real with me, man. Be real.
Okay, cool. I agree with you. Team agree on that. Can I get a shotgun for that one? Damn. Let's have a point. We do stay up to the time, and we're out here in the field, so you know.
And the thing is,
gotta
if
take
they
the
are
word from the
playing it,
people.
if they are playing a board game, it's the parents with forcing to do it.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they are
Okay,
not
there's a
saying,
good 60% chance
we're
on
not,
that.
they're not going to be willing to say,
Yeah, I hear that. I hear
Jimmy
that.
or
I hear
Billy,
that.
let's go and play whatever as a board game.
No, I feel
Let's
that.
play Yahtzee.
I feel
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. That is some true shit.
But Stoner P said Yahtzee.
Hey man,
Games are not
hungry
really
hippos,
catering
baby.
for the
That
kids
was
now.
the game, man.
Well, yeah, you're right, Stoner P. The
Come
games
on,
are
man.
not really catering for the kids. It's catering for these old idiot them.
Okay, wait. Before Blue Motherfucking Monday puts a foot up its own ass, let's be real here, okay?
Only Nintendo Switch, my brother says.
I only want to take it up this way and bring it out here into this format because I don't see other podcasts really doing it. I got kids and people always tell me, "Oh, they're so violent video games and kids shouldn't play it and blah 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 blah." Okay. I got adult children now who don't play games like they used to, or they're not as interested, or they just don't got the time. I don't know. And then there are my online friends, and some of them are very capable, very, very capable. When I mean capable, I mean like they'll build a computer from scratch just to game. Okay? I didn't know they were that serious till I started picking on them playing games, because I think online, the only thing good about online is that you get to meet other people. Period. That's the only thing I think is good about online. I think the community of the online is toxic, disgusting,
I
and very
agree. I
backwards.
concur. But now
Okay.
video gaming has gotten to a point now. Like, all right, back in the day,
Yeah.
it'd be like this. What do else you rat your brain and all them thing then, and yeah, take up the power now. Now check this out. Now they're
Yeah.
willing to get it for them, and some of them is saying, "Yo, get good at it, son. Get good at it, girl." You know why? Because money's on the line.
We're gonna segue
money on
back
the
to
line,
that. We're gonna
money on the
segue.
line.
We're definitely gonna segue back into that. But the reason why I'm really looking at the gaming community right now, and I'm saying, yo, the online is so toxic, is because I was a gamer that was playing by myself with the extra controller, maybe 2 players, maybe 5 or 7 other guys in the fucking house, and we're playing one game.
They're saying it right now. The gaming world. What's that boy there at China right now? What him name there?
Oh, the one that stuck out in Asia?
Yeah, what him name there?
I'm not giving him no flowers.
No, I'm just saying. No, wait, I'm not done.
Yeah.
There's him, Kai Senate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm just saying, yo, on the real. They started off on the gaming.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No. The bottom line is they ain't no athlete, they ain't no artist, they ain't no whatever. No, the bottom line is what I'm saying from the evolution from gaming.
Yeah.
Right. From you could be good as hell, whatever. You ain't getting the props. But yo, as long as you are the one who could bring it as an influencer on doing online gaming and everything like that, and you have a niche, you have it, they will recognize you because you are a new content creator in this time.
Okay. I'm not taking away from what the young man has accomplished. All right, the young Niji there. I ain't putting them down. I'm just saying the only reason why we know most of these guys who are gamers, who are influencers, they put in their world, they put in their time in their work with their cult, their groupies, whatever you want to call it.
In fact,
you know what I'm saying? That's the main difference between these guys that are influencers and what we would call entertainers.
You know
right
what's
now.
interesting? You know what's interesting?
What's that?
How much time that kid and Kai Senate and whoever else, how much time they had to put in the gaming, the talking over, and all the fuckery before they would get that shine. They had to do a lot of it. You get what I'm saying?
The gaming community is different, bruh. It's not the way everybody perceives it.
Entertainment. It's edutainment.
The whole education of what's going on right now with people like Kai Cenat and these guys. These are guys that don't know how to maneuver themselves in a manner that's gonna really make them cake. They're still trying to get that cosign from whoever to get bigger fame.
The bottom line is they
got into the door.
They got their foot in the door. As long as you get the foot in the door, it's all about what you do afterwards. Because all right,
okay.
let's just get real here.
I will agree with you on that.
Let's get real here, man.
I will agree with you on that.
I use Kai said it for the best thing.
Yes.
Which gamer who's getting to beat celebs, getting to go to the Grammys and all this shit? And I'm just saying.
Currently, he is the only top gamer that I know of, aside from academics and
all right. Here's the next thing. I don't really know from the past. Was he really a good gamer? Was he a master at
Hey, Toronto, I like to interview some of his people who played against him.
No, but you hear what I'm saying though?
People in the comments, tell me if you played against this guy.
Was he a champ on some of these games?
Has he won some awards? I don't know.
No.
I never heard his name ringing like that.
No, the skills though.
I ain't never heard his name ringing like that.
Okay, but the bottom line is it wasn't that what he's recognized for. He's recognized for all the wildness, playing the game, talking over it, all this shit. My son showed me this before the COVID, Well, and I was wondering, what are you watching? What are you watching all of this nonsense? Right. And then after now I see it now. I'm like, blood clot. It's a new game.
It was heading in this direction from the console world gave up on making actual good games and just cared about the online type of shit. You see what I'm saying? This is what I feel. This is my personal opinion. You can tell me I'm wrong, all right? People, I'm not going to tell you. You can't tell me I'm wrong. Y'all are welcome to tell me I'm wrong. But I'm saying straight up and down. The reason why Xbox is failing, truthfully, is because, guess what? They got big money pockets. And the big money pockets don't care about the gamers at all. That's why they making sure that they have this so-called online. I'm hearing it in the internet now that they're calling it this ecosystem Xbox is dealing with, but they did make good games and they did have good exclusives at one point in time, and then something changed. I don't know what happened, who took over, whatever.
I do concur, because let's get real here.
They don't care about the gaming world and the gaming community.
I'm gonna say something here, because the last couple of years is all about the hype of PlayStation 5.
Nah, man, PlayStation 5 earned its root.
No, but listen,
nobody really had to buy a PlayStation 4. I know,
but hear me out though. But during the time of the hype, who was talking about, I'm getting the new Xbox?
Xbox wasn't doing ish.
But they did add new Xbox.
They had 2 series consoles come out at the same time. One more focusing on the online and people who like to pay to get better at video games compared to actually playing video games. And then the other one that was supposed to be something to compete with the so-called the PlayStation 4 going into the PlayStation 5. Well, I'm not going to look at business ethics and say who's doing better business. I'm just going to say, if PlayStation, the entertainment company, said, okay, you know what, we're going to develop a video game world because we see there's a market for the video game world, and actually decided to stick with the gamers and listen to the gamers. I mean, they don't really listen in detail to the gamers. Look at God of War now compared to God of War when it first came out, and people were screaming for part 2. You see what I'm saying? Now there's people hoping that the God of War franchise goes back to the original type of mentality, not this father-son type of thing. But hey, everything's being marketed to the kids these days, right?
You know what? I just hit my mind now.
What's that?
You see, I'm a gamer, but look here. There's tons of gamers out there, millions, right? And they've been making certain series and movies off of these things.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just hypothetically speaking here now.
Okay.
For the love for the movies, for these games and everything like that. Now, wouldn't it be hype if for each, say, a certain thing like God of War, right?
Oh,
okay. For instance, right?
Some gunshots from that one.
Now, say they had a tournament.
Yeah.
They had a tournament. Whoever does the highest score or whatnot and everything, right? Who makes it through the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Overall, worldwide.
PlayStation does that already.
Right? Wait, hear me out now.
But you're saying God
Now,
of War specifically?
instead of rewarding them with money,
yeah.
you reward them with a contract for a part to be in the movie. So you will get paid through being an actor or an actress because you earned the right to get there. Wouldn't that be interesting? Wouldn't that be interesting? Especially because they love the game so much. They're playing it so hard to be number one spot.
I think that is too much of a creative idea, and these basic big budget theaters.
But I'm not done though. But I'm not done though. But remember,
they just want to whitewash everything.
No, but wait, but I'm not done though. It's all about marketing and making money because you do it as like.
Shout out to Black Sands. All y'all need kids, go get your Black Sand on.
You do it as like a new game is about to come out, and
I get you.
Okay, sales has to go. The tournament. In order for you to get in the tournament, you have to buy the game. You get what I'm saying? So yo,
it already sounds like a movie. It already sounds like a movie.
You gotta buy the
I kind of feel this already.
You gotta buy the game. It already
sounds like a movie.
And once you get the game,
again, Paramount, send that dollar.
You gotta get through the tournament. You got to get through the primaries and get through the top to the top. And see, you have to work up. And then once you get there now, right? Yeah. You still got to do an audition.
Hot damn.
You know what I mean? But you got the VIP audition. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
To see if you're capable of doing the part, what you want to do.
I feel that. You got to put people to the test sometimes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But the bottom line is, wouldn't that be crazy? Somebody who in the gaming world who does a tournament for an acting part, a role in a video game series or a movie?
Well, I would actually be like really cool with that, but you see, Mortal Kombat's kind of forcing that down our throat already. And the tournament itself in real time, I would believe PlayStation, we can Google that. PlayStation does have like an activity day and shit where they do shit and give back to the kids. And the gamer community accepts all sorts of love from that. Now I gotta wonder about what I'll pop with Xbox.
All right, say for instance, look, the reason why they do this, make these movies and series and all that, because it goes hand in hand, just like the toys and stuff.
Okay,
you know what I mean? They make these things to make the franchise go up. You know what I'm saying? Well, like say for instance, Sonic. They could have had a kid playing Sonic. The kids playing Sonic for a tournament. Whoever does the top points, they get a little pot,
still can,
and get a little pot in the next Sonic movie,
and they still can.
You get what I mean? But guess what? Because they do that,
you see these type of gems.
But once they do one example now, for the next one now, would they do? You know how much more sales of the next game would go up because they go, I want to get in.
Just make sure you guys give our just dues at Down to Earth podcast here, all right? All right, just make sure, just make sure Down to Earth Podcast Network. Just make sure you show our love here. Earthquake Sound International. Just make sure you show some love here. And that's it. Either way, back to my issue with the gaming community, because the online community at Xbox is like so toxic. At least what I can say with PlayStation, there are toxic people there, but they're not. You're not drowned
Question
by
on both. Question on both
people.
The operation system. PlayStation is Sony.
Yes.
And what's the operation system for
Microsoft?
Okay.
Soft.
That has a lot to do with it too. That has a lot to do with it too.
Look, we're not going to get into the engines and all that other stuff.
It has a lot to do with it too.
We're not going to get into them type of.
It's like
I'm only bringing this up
Nike
for the parents.
And Adidas. It's like the NPC and the machine.
And the
no
parents,
matter what, they're always being competitors.
Who are not being parents.
Forever.
Those ones.
Forever.
That's why I brought up this topic.
Back in the day, they had Nintendo and Sega. Okay?
You remember the good old days.
Yo,
the original beef.
Look, without the beef, without
the original beef,
the other one cannot prevail. You get what I'm saying? Oh, think about it. PlayStation just comes out and that's it. There's nothing else. They'll be like, yo, how are we gonna get more money more sales? We need a competitor. We gotta build one maybe. You get what I'm saying? No, real shit. You couldn't do it. Yeah. You couldn't have it's like you're having Nike without Adidas.
You see how
you can't have that, people, man. You can't have it.
Toronto stays like this because he's gone to the banks a couple of times and been denied a loan and then build some businesses. Don't mind him right now. Children of the future, when you rewatch this shit, try your best to start your own company and make sure you go into the bank with the right words so they don't end up Jewishin your ass. You know,
But the bottom line, all right, let me ask you this question. All right, let me ask you this question.
We need more.
Let me ask you this question.
There's not enough variety.
We're not going backward. We're going forward.
Right, we need more variety.
There will be another console in the future, of course, right?
There should be multiples.
No, but wait there. Hold on a minute. Yeah, you're right. There should be multiples.
Thank you.
But
gunshot for that. I got Toronto to agree with me.
But on the real though, now when the next PlayStation come out, no, you're telling me the Xbox not gonna come out with the next one?
I think the technology.
Remember, both need each other.
I think the technology is there for both of them.
Listen here. Both need each other for the competitiveness. Okay? If Xbox just comes out on its own, it'd be like, oh shit.
I agree.
There's no competition. No other console gonna come out besides PlayStation?
Well,
let's go back to what you said. There were back in the day. There was
Atari,
TurboGrafx 16. Okay. Yo, there was multiple different ones at the same time.
Yes.
So why is it that only the top dogs are taking over?
I don't know.
PlayStation is the top dog, and then after second is Xbox.
Listen, Xbox is only holding
let me ask you
second
this
right
next
now.
question. The third one is what they say the Switch, right?
If anybody wants to ask me no wars and come to get in the comments because all this stuff is up to date till 2023 December, bitches.
But the thing is, Nintendo is still going on.
Nintendo will always be on because they're a family-friendly gaming console.
So what happened to Sega?
Sega. You know what happened to Sega? Sega chipped in with Sony and basically said, hey, Sony's messing with the sports properly, so we're going to scoop in with that. And they just kept it going from there. That's why every Sega game is on a Sony thing. Real shit. And if every sport game comes out for it from 2K, because I think 2K is the only different engine from every other one, because before then it was a live engine.
And another thing is, okay, I brought up those other consoles. Why didn't it just get with Evolution? And you know what I'm saying? Like, they could have kept on going.
Competition, bro.
You know what I'm saying? No, but I'm saying Evolution, get with the graphics, man. Get with whatever. But they're their own. You get what I'm saying?
That's why me no say 2025 there's still Paycoin laundromats and there's still 1-2 places called pool halls, aka the remnants of arcades. So to me right now, like, we are slowly forcing our generation of kids to think it's normal to stay by yourself and stay exclusive with technology. Like, it's not normal.
No, because it's easier to control the society. That's why.
I don't like control.
No,
I never liked the leash.
Think about it. What you just said it right there.
I never liked the leash.
Repeat what you just said right there.
Man, that's not fair.
No, just repeat what you just said. Right.
I said.
Say that again. Say that again, man.
Man, I'm just saying. Society right now is not playing. The kids right now are not growing up with the communication with other human beings. They're being forced to get in with the technology, and the technology is not saying, hey, human being, go hang out with the other human being. No, technology is saying, how you make babies.
Check this out, man. They made technology a new way to control society.
I understand.
And now
man,
that we know that new gen is growing into it. In fact, the new gen is being raised by the new tech. Okay, not the parent. The parent ain't raising the child because yo, check this out.
We started
go to your room.
Video game.
Go to your room. All the tech is there.
We did.
Right? The tech is babysitting. The tech is teaching them and all of that shit.
It's just like TV.
You get what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
No,
it's just
yo,
like TV now, right?
On the real, like real shit. The tech there is a new way to control the new gen.
I team agree with
Yo,
you
check
on
this
that.
out. Check this out. I'm a sci-fi guy, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I think beyond.
Shout out to our Comic-Con folks.
I think beyond.
All our
right?
Comic-Con folks.
And
Shout
I
out.
was just watching last night. I was watching Star Wars, one of the anime computer animes.
Okay.
Untold Dark Stories. But
Yeah, I haven't got through that yet.
But
yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
I had to go on Google and I had a thought, and I said, "Yo, what happened to Earth during the Star Wars multiverse, their universe, right?"
Yeah.
And it came up saying Earth is the place, they call it Eartha or something
They changed the name of it.
to where mostly all the humans came from.
Yeah.
And the humans, they left Earth because it was unhandleable. Like,
Oh, okay. 'Cause
right?
nobody can
They,
live on it
they
no more.
went to all different places in the galaxy, starting new colonies and everything.
Yeah.
And some alien race came and took Earth and brought it to another galaxy.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
So Earth has been captured.
Yeah.
Damn.
But the thing is that they
That's
took it.
some dope technology.
But they took it because there's no one there. They want us to redo it.
So we're being purposely made into experiments. Yay.
But the bottom line is, yo, like. But the thing is, I had to see that because I'm a sci-fi guy. Because in Star Trek now, it's the opposite.
Okay.
We're on Earth, and we evolved. We
Yeah.
evolved like so much, like certain things in common in society, like money and stuff, doesn't exist anymore. You know what I mean? It doesn't
hear that.
exist anymore. World hunger, that's like that's prehistoric.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything, certain little things are like pollution and shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist no more. Certain things in medical, what we it's cleared from long ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
It's almost like the perfect Earth, but now the problems what we have is intergalactic. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the fucked up thing is that from the problems what we resolved from here, it's like, yo, word, we gotta make more problems. The only way we're gonna make problems is when we leave here, the Federation. What? We're gonna fuck it up, bro.
Yo,
We're gonna bring our fucking human ways
Send us the bag
and all of that.
Can I get a shotgun for that, Toronto? You gotta send us the bag.
I'm telling you, man. Yo, I got a diverse friggin' mind, bro, when it comes to sci-fi, man. But I bring up sci-fi because sci-fi goes hand in hand with the video games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Straight
true
up
that,
goods.
true
You know
that,
what I
true
mean?
that.
Because there's a
True
lot
that.
of fantasy.
True
There's a
that.
lot of creativity
Facts.
being made in the video games.
Facts,
And I have to salute the ones who make the gaming, the
Facts.
game coding, and all that.
Yeah,
in
those
fact,
guys.
right now, I got a nephew right now going to school for video game.
Well, salute to that one. Salute
to
to that.
know.
Yeah, salute.
You
to
know
that.
what I mean? Straight up. So, like,
yes, young need you. We need the gamers.
I just said
and-
this, man. If
game
anything,
inventors.
look, anything you do in the future, whatnot, at least promise me this when you get older and when all that. At least make a game, something, off of me or something. You know, a little,
Yeah.
something. You know, something.
I feel that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind that still, or even if my voice in it. But yeah, but
All right,
you know,
hold on.
yeah.
Remember, I said I was going to segue back to this online community stuff with the parents, games and stuff, because I want to get off this topic real quick and get into some Gotham shit, because I feel in Toronto. needs to hear
Lord,
this.
you got them.
Okay, so back to the segue in with the video gaming. I believe right now, if we don't get better stories for our video gamer community, is the only way that's going to build back Xbox. Xbox is losing right now. Nothing more than it's been a good 10 years of them straight up fucking the people over.
Could I ask you this question?
Yes.
Xbox has their games. What's the game? Like, you know what I mean? How there's the PlayStation has the
Game.
but like, what's that initial game?
Well, you see, the problem is before 2011, before they started having their highest ever grossing of making money all around the world, right? North America, America, whatever. Either way, my whole point is Xbox and PlayStation are the two top tiers. Just like in Canada, we only have Ben Rogers, right? Whoever you want to consider PlayStation is that one, all right? Now, I'm going to say suggestion to the people who are making billions in dollars and living way above the poverty level, you people, okay? You guys right now, I'm going to focus the energy on you guys because you guys are the real pricks of the video game world now, okay? You guys are pooching the bag up, all right? You are pooching the bag. You know why you're pooching the bag? Because your kids are going to find out that it was your fault why God of War went the way it went. It's your fault. Well, there's not another Cy Cooper, a Fable. You know what I'm saying? There are so many. Was it Dark Souls or Dark Stones? Man, Xbox had a lot of dope games, and up to 2011, you guys started to fail. I don't know who you put in charge. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna do my research. The next time I come here, I just hit you with some facts and waste only 2 minutes on you guys compared to ranting on you guys this long. So the online community for the kids coming up forward, for the parents that do let their kids understand the reality of the world, then guess what? Kudos to y'all, salute to y'all. Watch out. There's a lot of Kyles and fucking Karens out there. Moving on to my next thing, like I said, Gotham. Toronto.
What about Gotham City now, man?
Oh my goodness, listen. I haven't been doing this pod thing as long as y'all guys, right? I ain't been doing none of that. But there's this podcaster that's not from Canada, all right? And I heard he used to be a teacher, and then he did some 1-2 videos. They went viral. He started getting paid a little bit, and then he just started traveling all over the place and exploiting things. For me as a Canadian, oh my God. Oh! Everybody who's on his podcast, every one of you guys are on his podcast. You guys may not like what I'm going to have to say, but at the end of the day, I think Homeboy was a plant. And at some point in time, he became the best type of plant because he ended up coming up here, rolling with our so-called celebrities. Because that's what it is, right? You guys are celebrities, right? You guys put in your work. You guys are killing stages. You guys are giving back to the communities, right?
Oh, you talking about the ghetto stars?
I'm talking about Brandon Buckingham. Is that his name? Buckingham? Hey, Brandon Buckingham. We went through all our hoods and talked to all our local hood celebrities.
Yeah, so he's trying. Okay, well, hold up. It's interesting you brought this up.
Of course I'm bringing this shit up. I'm podcasting. I gotta wonder why the rest of the podcasters are on his dick.
Listen here, man. Listen.
Especially the ones from our city.
Listen here, man. I would love to ask that boy there this question, here, man. Listen. Get ready for it.
Oh yeah.
I'll be like saying this to him, yeah. You watched The Real Toronto, didn't you? You know what I mean? No, real shit. I know and I'll be saying, I know the real Russian,
man, I'm gonna
the real Russian,
all at some of these boys.
I know the real Russian.
He plugged in with them because I think he gave up the bag. And if I get the chance to question him, I'm going to ask him if he gave up the bag. That's why I want to make sure my pod is different from everybody else's pod who's bringing him up and who's using him right now for clout.
Bro, listen to me.
We need to make that a sound effect, you know, bro.
My brother, the real Russian, okay? When he did that,
salute to a foundation.
When he did that, the social media wasn't on no high. And guess what? His shit got on CNN.
Speak.
CNN.
Speak.
All right? Yeah, boy. CNN, the real Russian.
The mud Russian.
All right? The mud Russian, right? That's all. Yo, real mud. Yo, this little
Bukingham. His name is Brandon Buckingham, and he made it into the first shot. He made it into certain hoods where I'm like, God damn.
He ain't the real Russian, man. He ain't the real Russian.
Now I want to interview you guys.
He ain't the real Russian.
I didn't have you guys. You guys can pull this up and meme the shit out of me. All their fans can go.
Let me tell
I didn't even have you guys on my list of people to interview.
man.
Now,
Hold up,
I want to interview you guys because I want to ask some questions now.
Hold up, man.
Why are you doing this to me, Toronto?
Another thing is trying to be in places and all of that. Listen here, man. When the real Russian was doing his shit, that's some real shit compared to what we're going with now, eh? Yo, I talked to him, you know. I had to ask that one question, bro. I went, yo, me know say you're going off these hoods, man, but you don't know what I'm about to ask you right here, man. You know the hood check. You know what I'm saying? Me know say you couldn't just go up in just any hood and just be like doing what you wanna do. You gotta get the clearance. You get what I'm saying?
I usually wait a month. I usually wait 2 weeks before I even speak on something that I see trending. But I got love for my city. I really do. But if most of the people were bigging up stuff that these same said artists were doing back and giving back to the community, especially of recently since what do they call it, COVID came and hit? Yeah. Then it'd be a different story. The fact that he actually came into the hood and you guys let him bolster up the thing a certain way where his credit looks good and our city looks like trash, that part is what's killing me right now. And go ahead and tell me you got to work about yourself and do about yourself and blase. Go ahead. But you better, like I said, every one of you guys that he interviewed, now I want to interview with you guys. I don't care. I'll come to your hood and get that interview, yo. I don't care. Because, like, at the end of the day, this is ridiculous.
No.
It's ridiculous.
No, easier no, star.
No. They just gave this guy some free clout to come walk around Toronto and act like he's a somebody.
No, man.
There's 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds and 9-year-olds that know who this guy is now.
You allow this boy to do you do. You can't allow me what me I do too.
Obviously, that's would be fair because I've been trying to talk to some of y'all to get on them same stages I've been putting on for years for you guys. But y'all want to tell me I'm too old school, and I'm like, damn, I'm trying to help y'all out. Much music ain't giving y'all no shine. Beats ain't giving y'all no shine. Like, goddamn. It's all good, though. I see the little homie coming around here, and he got y'all head flustered. Got us pod people right here running around after him. Like, what? What? I ain't running down nobody. If you rep this city, I should be like, damn, you know what? He would be, or she will be, a really dope person to be on the show, and people should know who the fuck they is. Get real representation. But I understand. I get it. You know what? He had to be like, here's the bag. Here's the bag. Keep me alive. Here's the bag. Keep me alive. Here's the bag.
When you saying him up every time when he was out, you have to pay for the protection.
Oh.
Yo, I bet you any money the Mad Russian didn't have to do that.
The Mad Russian put in that footwork though. He knew who to go to. But why he put in his footwork?
Why I bring that
this up? Guy's from out of the country, dog.
But why bring that up, man? Because yo, Toronto at that time, them times,
manure.
Yo, compared to Toronto now,
yo, give me a gunshot for that Toronto. More tell you a gunshot. Give me a shotgun for that.
Was
Toronto back then?
Freaking wild west.
Toronto back then. That was Toronto.
Wild West, star. What do you mean? And man's when we're bold with it. It's not like I don't know. I didn't see no what, like compared to what the Mad Russian put out. Boy, them was saying, yo, they were willing to show the things. They were like, yo, you coming to my hood? This is what was here and shit. When I watched the thing, I went, no wonder this hit CNN. No wonder. My boy didn't even know say hit CNN, you know, when I told him. Yo, bro. Yo, it was a historical moment. What you talking about?
Salute to the Mad Russian.
It was a historical moment.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't business. That's a historical moment. That from the I would say before the mayor got on you know, our so-called one of our mayors got on prime time.
I remember.
But yo, besides that, we were on.
We were up. We were up. Yeah, we were up. We were up. Them times they could have collectively said gang culture existed in Toronto.
And then after the following year was the raids.
Yo, we deep in these streets, yo. So I don't understand how this guy just said, yeah, you know, I'm gonna go check these guys. So now I really want to go talk to these guys because I personally think Homeboy's a plant. At some point in time, somebody got to check to him, and then they just implanted all those other little elements around them, and that was it. So now, I'm not trying to ask the man in the shade show any information or anything. Just want to know. Give me the head nod. Just give me the head nod that he paid you, and 90% of your problems will go away from me, at least as a podcaster going forward. Because to me, I want to promote the realists in my city. I don't want to promote somebody who's gonna flop on
Listen
stage.
here, man. Listen here, man. Since my little boy could do that, right?
Oh.
I would love it to see the Mad Russian
Come back.
come back with a volume 2.
Volume 2.
It will not be like the same as volume 1. I don't know that.
Yeah, true.
I don't know that.
True.
But because of the reputation of volume 1,
Facts.
right?
Monster.
I think it would go a little more.
Yeah, I think that'd be a real monster.
You know what I'm saying?
Be a
And especially
monster.
if he gets to talk to certain of the new ones who are put on. You know what I'm saying? On the new gen.
I don't think a lot of them got any cosigns like that. I know there's a few.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a different element now, because like our ecosystem now is so freely on the net. It's not the same like it was when getting that exclusive mixtape or being a step ahead of the download. You know what I mean? The download era killed it. You know what I mean? That's when DJs really had to step up and say, "Yo, I got to stand out from other DJs."
But then again, because of the first one there, it might not work because, like I said earlier, after the year after the raids started,
Look, Homeboy's not even from the country, so I can understand the analytics to any of those artists that have managers and already signed to record labels. Get that. I understand that 60% of your conversation with me is pretty much cracked right there. Bam. Good. Salute to you guys. You're getting your bag. But Brandon, just tell the truth. You paid them, didn't you? You paid them all. All of them. I do not see you really being the way you are. Because you see, up to these Toronto's hoods, just the way you put it. You know what I mean, Dunny? And hasn't like, yeah.
You're just busting a Game of Thrones, man. You're just busting like the little boy, the little man there saying, we always pay our debts.
Like, bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
Bruh. Just want to know, because I'm going to ask that man. And because, like, I already see the clout chasers running this down. And I don't want to promote violence. I want to promote good music. Okay? Because I know a lot of y'all guys haven't seen each other's interview yet, and you guys ain't seen each other's thing yet. But the guy who has nothing involved with none of the bullshit just looked at it as the overall. Okay, we got a gang culture like any other country has a gang culture. Period. We got really talented, smoking talented people. Obviously. We need to make more so the next generation don't pick up what we had to get scars and bullet wounds for. Like, you can't forget to be a carpenter if there's an apocalypse tomorrow. I don't think you forget how to rap if there's a fucking apocalypse tomorrow.
It's better to be a warrior in the garden than to be a gardener on the battlefield.
I team agree with you on that.
Okay,
one.
straight up,
agree with you on that one.
Because the warrior will fight and kill because he has his peace and harmony, and you coming to interrupt that. But the gardener ain't for war, so he'll never be on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying?
He'll never notice he's on the battlefield.
Or he'll be like, "What's going on?" You know what I'm saying? And get killed, just like that.
Look, for everybody in that equation that Brandon Bukingham decided to interview, you guys are all now put into that Drake Kendrick argument now, every time and all the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, like I told you earlier in the pod, man, some people love the Matrix. You can't unplug them, bro. You can't unplug. You see, if you unplug them, you know what happened?
Look,
No, listen.
look.
You know,
If we're gonna play the Matrix, that
you know
means
what happens if
Brandon is a plan. Mr. Buckingham is a plan.
You said he's an agent. He's one of the agents.
I say he's a plan.
You know the agents in the Matrix? He's an agent.
They're interchangeable.
No, listen here, man. You cannot unplug. Just go insane and mad. Soon you.
Look,
what's going on?
Try. What do you think of academics then?
Wait.
What do you think of Toronto?
Wait. They see the truth. They see the truth and they're like, oh God, what's this? Oh Lord, plug me back in. Plug me back in quick before me have a heart attack. Yo, that's how it is nowadays, man. They don't want to see the truth, bro. They don't want to see the truth. They have a heart attack. They see the truth and shit. So, yo, they rather live the fantasy life. Mans them like that will come and bring it to them. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I know Toronto's real. Our streets are real. So our music, who makes real content, real music content, yeah, like without a doubt, I overstand more than anything else. I'm at the point in my life where, hey, guess what? You could be angry at somebody, but if you guys happen to be working people, so he's a rapper, you're a rapper, keep it rapping. That's all I'm saying. That's true. I understand that if your mans have issues and your crews have issues,
let's make money.
It is what it is.
Let's make money with the beat.
No. I'm not gonna fuck around and tell people stupid shit. What I'm gonna say is when I do my events, you guys are not welcome to have no beef. Because if I invite you and I invite you, it's only because the city wanted you. And you. You shouldn't have a Rolling Loud being represented by a private company coming to our city and not represent our city properly. I'm pissed because I'm from Regent Park and I didn't see nobody from Regent Park on that fucking thing.
On the general note, listen here. On the general note, I love it how the Jamaican them used to do it with the Sting and all them things. They have a problems.
Settle it on the stage.
Yo, we're not selling in the streets. We're gonna do this in embarrassment thing and all that, and we're gonna make money at the same time. Because everybody know about the beef. Everybody know about the diss track them and all that. Right? Now we're taking it to levels. Levels.
Yes.
Okay?
Levels.
Me not care if we talk about something more and all them thing there. Yo, you gonna come back and do whatever on the stage.
Yep.
Not on the streets.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Because we're at this point right now. Like I heard the rumor that Ray can put up Young Pressa up there and put Young Houdini up there international. You see what I'm saying? If moves like that would happen more consistently in the game, things would be different. Because to me right now, there's a neon dream out there, and nobody in Canada, especially Toronto, they don't even look at our bands. There's a Christian Vague out there. You know what I'm saying? There's people who don't look into that. They gotta wait till they hit Nickelback status where they're doing big theme songs for wrestlers and doing big things like that before they say, oh yeah, that's a Canadian thing. You know what I mean? Puddle of Mud's a Canadian band too. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I listen to everything. I don't sit there and play the game of the top 40s. Nobody can tell me what the fuck sounds good. I know what sounds good. You get me? And if you rock with me, you rock with me. If you don't rock with me, go ahead. Say what you need to say, but make sure you say it properly. That's the way I'm looking at it. We're in an era right now where we're moving into like England, where there's cameras everywhere. And people have temper problems and issues more than ever. And instead of us fixing our children going forward so they know what the hell's going on, people would rather have them being controlled. I don't want my kids being controlled.
Like I said, technology has been made for more than one purpose. And one of the main purposes is to make money and control.
Well, on that one, but hip-hop was supposed to be from the soul. It was supposed to be rebel music. It was supposed to be the bring back music for the generation aside from the reggae community.
Okay, but when the overseers seen that, they said, yo, let's twist this up and make money out of it.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I'm not saying
we don't need them. We don't need them woke. We just need them making us the money. We don't need them woke. You know what I'm saying? So like, soon as that revolutionary music and all that come out, we're gonna ban that. We're gonna not really market that. Anything what's revolutionary or conscious and all that, we don't need that. Well, you know what I mean? We don't need this generation of woke
correspondent of Down to Earth,
and their eyes open.
Down to Earth Podcast Network does not subscribe to the fuckish. We're all about a win, so we want to see everybody win somehow. We didn't want to see Drake go down. We didn't want to see Kendrick go down. We just want to see a really good battle. You get it?
Yo, to be honest,
Really?
listen here, man.
That's
listen
what
here.
we wanted.
You want me to get back into that? I got a few things to
You know
say
what I'm
about
saying?
that. One thing is
Where?
this defamation.
We were talking about
listen here,
Brandon
man.
Buckingham,
Listen here, man. One thing is the defamation thing. That bullshit. Okay? You're trying to change the game how things are. That's bullshit.
Facts.
And another thing, if you really wanted to change the game, right? Like I said, do it like the reggae man them. See, it would have been hype. Now, let me ask you this, hypothetically speaking now.
Yes, brother.
All this sitting was going in now, and all of a sudden they said, yo, we're going to have 2 fucking big concerts, one in Toronto, one in LA.
Oh, that
and
would have been dope.
Guess what, though? It's all about these diss tracks. They're going to perform in front of each other doing their diss tracks.
That would have been dope.
In LA and in Toronto.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do it via whatever, whatever, and all of that.
Yeah.
And we're gonna let the people decide and
Right.
everything like that. That's
Dope.
what. At the same time, we're doing this pay-per-view, everything, and both are going to make money like boxers.
Yeah, that would have been
You get
dope.
what I'm saying? Instead of
That would've
let's
been
just
dope.
do this online shit.
And fake
Right,
ass
but now
chains.
compared to now, yo, you guys are making history by you guys are getting together, make it like almost like a boxing ring, like the stage. You get what I'm saying? You make it look dope. You have the
Hey.
big screens
Yeah,
and
they-
everything. Pure money, me seeing
And
them.
they
But no, they don't think that
Down to
way.
Earth is dropping another gem for
They
y'all
don't
motherfuckers.
think
Can I
that
get a
way.
shotgun from that? That's some
You
good
know how
ideas.
much
Can
money
we get a
yo,
shotgun for that,
no, but
Toronto?
the thing
Thank
is,
you very
it's
much.
not only that. You're seeing merchandise, food, down to the hot dog man. You make some money outside the stadium, Toronto. You get what me I say?
So, like I said, anybody get in my comments, feel free to get at me and let me know what you think about this. Because this Brandon guy to me, like, I think he's a plant now, like officially. I'm gonna look at him like a plant because I know at some point in time, Joe Budden warned academics what he was going to do was going to get him in a certain position that, that just, now you just solidify the whole plant. It's academics, Brandon Bukingham. And now I got a bunch of my fellow Toronto podcasters. Mind you, I haven't been doing this long enough to even consider myself a podcaster. But my so-called veterans have been doing it longer than me. Really writing this guy. Like, who is this guy? Like, I did my research on him. So if y'all feel upset too, feel to get at me if you want. You know what I mean? We can go bar for bar. But I just wanted to bring it up as my first topic. I might have to drop a pie or two depending on how I share this and how everybody else shares this. But from my point of view, I don't know. How did this guy get welcome to our city? How did he get that credit? Did y'all team reach out to him, or was it vice? Like, what was it?
It could be a friend of a friend of a friend. You never know.
A friend of a friend of a friend. That's way too many rappers.
You never know, man.
Listen, that's way too many rappers, and I don't think he stayed long enough to get any more rappers. You get me? I feel it in my bones. So if there's a part 2 and a part 3, he would impress me. But I don't think there would be a part 2 and a part 3 because obviously he didn't get enough content to make an hour worth of everybody making an hour worth of shit. Probably got a lot of stock footage though. Again, maybe it's just my bones. Maybe because I walk on the soil. It's Down to Earth Podcast Network. It's Down to Earth Network. It's the Earthcake Sound International. You know what I mean? Like, this is us. CMA Entertainment, ATV, Blue Motherfucking Monday. That's the show. Now, my conclusion before my channel gets at me, because, I'm really cheesed about this branding guy. Like, I'm going to call him BB from now on.
BB.
BB. Yeah, I'm going to call him BB.
Maybe BB got some consignment from Puppy Chow.
From Puppy Chow. Oh, my goodness. That would be a slap in the face to all Toronto people. You know what I'm saying? Because she originates from, like, Cabbagetown area, you know what I mean? Like, wow. I would consider that a letdown if she was cool with all the plants. You know what I'm saying? I believe that officers who follow the rule books will do their due diligence and they will get their criminals. And I think criminals who fuck up end up in jail.
Well, speaking of politics, what do you think of the new prime minister?
Cockroach.
Still trying to get used to the name.
There it is.
So just like I said before in a few pods before, dark days in Canada, you're saying. For the government.
All I know right now is the people of Canada are just like our brothers down south of us. They are in a position to build up independently without the structured system that's in place right now. That's all I know right now. Going forward, if the government wants to talk like they own and run and do and blah, 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 then I would eventually think Canadians will do what Canadians do best, is fight and win. So I don't really care no more. I care about the next kids coming up, the next 10 years of their lives and the babies and infants that are born in that 10 years coming. That's what I care about. Why? Because at the end of the day, what I want in the world is everybody to say kumbaya and sing together.
Right.
You get me? And the world is not looking to do that right now under this partial leadership.
Much people be wishing for world peace.
Nobody knows what it takes to get war peace.
That would never happen.
That's why there's a Superman in the comic world.
There would never be world peace.
Come on, fam.
Never. And if the only way, and even, dare to say it, even if there was another threat, what came to this planet, regardless, there still wouldn't be world peace. We'd still be fighting amongst each other. Even though there's a common threat.
I don't think so.
You don't think so, huh?
I don't think so.
Okay, check this out.
I'm
a realist here.
I think there'll be more people trying to sell us out.
So you're telling me, right? Okay. Let me hypothetically speak here.
Let's go with this.
So you're telling me things are going.
Yeah,
aliens coming. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, I got enemies, eh? Yo, there's no law. Law enforcement's too busy to deal with this shit. It's time right now to deal with the enemies. No law enforcement, no nothing, bro. Me know warfare you're going with the aliens, you know.
Shut up.
You know what I'm saying? You think say, yo, I'm telling you all those thoughts be coming up boat. They were like, yo, I'm dealing with the it's like a gang, right? It's like a gang who has a war, and they said, yo, we're going to take them out now. One of them. Because why? We don't know when we're gonna get this opportunity again.
What are you talking about? Again and again.
So imagine how many enemies all around the world. Just imagine how many enemies around the world that has beefs. Yeah. No law enforcement in each nothing.
In the world.
Yo, it's like a world purge.
Listen. All I know is they're going to use these stupid nukes. It's going to fuck up the atmosphere. And once that happens, we're done. We're cooked. Whatever generation that happens to see that, lucky them. The generation that comes after that, man, they're back to the Stone Age.
There's no point on having warfare like that because there's nothing to take over, especially if there's nukes and shit.
Look, listen, I put it this way.
You get what I mean? You're gonna take over a land what's all has radiation.
You heard me way back in season 6.
You can't plant anything. You can't do anything. So the next thing for the warfare is biological warfare. We get rid of the humans. We don't get rid of the land. We get rid of nothing or anything. We get rid of the humans, bro, who live there. That's what we do.
So, again, like I said back in season 6 and early back in the first season when I was still on Facebook. Y'all motherfuckers want to leave the fucking planet, go ahead. Just don't come back. Don't even come back. You turn your rocket around, I'm taking it as an action. It's a threat.
That's right.
Just go and keep going.
We won't be hating if you come back with some ill shit. Just
No. We'll have security guards. Like, what did Iron Man say? A shield around the planet.
Yeah, but what if they come with more higher tech
then they can meet the shield.
More advanced than we ever had. How about that?
We can meet the shield, and the person who has to go there.
They go through the shield like
no. That's an act of war.
They go through the shield like nothing.
No. That's an act of war.
And everything they shoot, it just bounces off like
war.
like pebbles.
At
No,
the
but
war.
we shoot to
You
them.
leave the planet.
Did you hear what I
Don't
just
come
said?
back.
Like I said, they come back. We act the war, shoot everything like nothing,
No,
and it's like
no,
like
no. You
not
see,
penetrable to
if
anything.
It's that type of
and
level.
that's what I'm saying,
if
man.
it's that type of level emergency at that point in time, they're not even coming to talk to us on a level, bruh. So I'm not even worried about it. Because if it really was that, they would sit out there with their big ass fleet of fucking people and be like, "Listen, you're outnumbered.
You
You're
ever
one
watch
planet."
V? You ever watch V?
V for
V for Vendetta.
of course.
No, but not that one. V, the V, the aliens come, and the '80s series. They made a movie
Oh
about
yeah,
V.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
You ever watch V?
No, I never really watched it, but
Okay.
it wasn't really my
It's
stuff.
a good. It's a good.
But I hear you.
Listen here. When I watch that, it's
Yeah.
a good insight.
Uh.
If they ever came, first thing of all, let's just get real here. If they ever came, they're not gonna look in a way that it's gonna be scary. They're going to try to look like us because they want us comfortable. You know what I'm saying? If you'll be more comfortable seeing a humanoid looking like us compared to one that looks like a creature with 3 arms and all that, we're like, oh, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I mean? So when they came, they were above for like a few days because they were going through our telecommunications, everything to learn and make the skin and all of that. Then they came down and say, "We're come in peace." I'm like, mm-hmm. You come in peace, eh? What's your real agenda?
The
you know what
TV
I'm saying?
series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Peace. And really, okay, they made versions of it. The old version,
Yeah.
the older version was they came to
Take over, yeah.
no. They came to dry the planet. Like dry it. Like take the water. Take a few humans, take whatever, take it.
And cut, yeah.
The newer version of it, it's like almost a continuation, but the newer version of it is to turn the planet into habitat. But the bottom line is how to do it. Everything what we have problems with, certain sicknesses and all, we'll help you with all technology, everything. We're gonna help everything, all resolve everything and all of that. You know, we're a dying planet. We just need this and that, and you know, yeah. And meanwhile, they're putting in this and that, and they have their real agenda. So anyhow, listen here, man. Anyhow, them come down and they're here for peace and all that. We have to have a like, you know, like our CIA on them, like our kind of CIA. We have to know what's the real agenda, what you're here for.
That's the realest thing.
Because if you're down here, right, and you have all this advanced technology and everything like that, what do you need to come down here to these Neanderthals for? Huh? What do you need from us? There's something here very, 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 very precious for you to be coming here.
Everything.
All right. Yeah. So now you get it now. When they come and say we're here for peace. So we go, you're here for peace, right? Before any peace, right? This is how it go. Before any piece or anything, we need. You see that flying saucer there? We need a piece of that. We need to see what's up. We need. You see the technologies? We need a piece of that too. We need a piece of everything. And the thing is, the ironic thing and the scary part is, we will turn that stuff and weaponize it. Still.
Now, the only reason why I'm saying the whole point of, the whole going to outer space and all the other ish, it's not because of a religious thing. It's just warfare. Like, you know what I mean? Most people, like the art of war. And from the day I said, okay, they told me, I grew up in an era where they told me we went to outer space and we went to the moon and all that other shit.
Did we really go?
I don't give a fuck. I just know I was told that growing up. Now I'm an adult. I don't see how it helped. Like, I just don't understand where or how it helped. I think it was just a big waste of fucking time.
Of course, a lot of stuff in school is a waste of time.
So, to me now, all they taught me, since I started reading books, is the art of war. So, you want to leave the planet? Okay. Leave. Don't back. Don't ever come back. No, it's not like that. Yeah, man.
Well, the problem is in science, well, it's the ones they said so-called left, right? And when they come back to Earth, right? Right? I don't know if you've seen it, right? they have to adapt to gravity again. You know what I mean? Because they've been so
You've been
you
airless,
see,
you've been
all right,
floating
you see now
in the
we're so used
atmosphere.
to being on the ground because gravity keeps us on the ground.
Yeah.
Right? Now imagine now you're up there for say a year and you're all the time floating. Your body mass, no matter
Yeah.
what, is gonna go down.
Of
Your
course.
weight, everything's gonna go down
Of course.
because you've been so used to floating, not
Yeah, I
down.
know.
So now when I see one of them came down now after I think over a year or so, I know the guy was like they had to hold him up. He was like, yeah, they had to hold him up because he
You can't deal with gravity.
can't deal with gravity.
Can't
So
work out.
now it comes back to I think it'd be possible for you to leave and gone for a long time. Like say for instance, you gone for 20 years or so, and all of a sudden you did. Something must have happened out there because your body's gonna evolutionize to
the atmosphere.
to the
and things.
atmosphere,
Yeah.
and now you're gonna come back. You're probably your eyes and everything are not gonna look the same.
No, of course not.
You know what I mean? Because you're
You're
so
in-
used to it.
look.
You're not in cryognosis. If you're in cryognosis, it's different maybe. But if you're not in
Look.
cryognosis
Look.
and you're just floating and shit, and all of a sudden you come back to the earth, you probably dead.
I
So
think
no, it
personally,
does make sense. It doesn't make sense for you to come back.
if you have a decision and the decision requires you to leave the planet, that's a hefty decision.
Of course it is.
I think it's a very health. I don't know if it's healthy or not.
Okay, here's the next thing.
But
Here's the next thing.
that's
You're,
a
you're,
hefty-
you're leaving and you don't know what's out there.
facts.
About that, you don't know what's out there.
Like we're not born in a generation.
It's not like we Google it and say, "Yo, what's out there?" Eh? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What's all far out in space? You know what I mean? To find out, like, before we go out there.
You know
So
what
I
I
can
mean?
prep.
I want a vacation on the moon.
And another thing is,
What the fuck?
how much food and water do you take for that trip?
You can't come back, so you better be able to grow.
Like I said, so how much food and water you
better
gonna
be able
take?
to grow. You better be able to
Okay,
grow.
about the water. What you gonna do about water?
You better be able to make more.
How you gonna make water?
I have no
We
clue.
gonna piss?
You gotta make water somehow. You better know how. Maybe be like Star Trek. Glass of water.
Yo, man, we didn't make it to
Material.
we're not at them years yet. We haven't even developed warp drive yet. Nevertheless, to develop
all my Chucky fans out there.
a holodeck. Yo, to be honest, when I saw the next gen, I went, yo, Bridget, I want one of those. I'll be like, yo, listen here. We need-
In the safe.
No. The replicator.
Oh,
I
shit.
need a pound of weed. No, in fact- wait. Let me think this again. I need a pound of weed. I need some spliffs rolled up already in raw paper with all of that. With a little bit of grabber. You tell it exactly what. Oh Lord of mercy. Oh Lord.
Well.
Endless food. And now you see what I said earlier. The world hunger and all of that ended,
Yes,
and all the
I
disease,
understand that,
everything, because they did everything through technology to get through. But it's all thanks to the damn Vulcans, because when they shot the thing up, the Vulcans saw it and they came. And boom, they just help them advance on their tech. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just look at it like this.
So the bottom line is, I know say it's a movie and shit, but maybe that's what they're hoping for, the same thing, that these extraterrestrials come and they help us with earthly problems. But really, you're going to help us to make more problems. Because if they were going to come true and say what, they would have done it a long time ago. But they've been observing, they've seen us killing one another, they've seen all this shit, and they go, we're going to give them our tech.
Who
They're
says-
like, fuck that.
Motherfucking money doesn't think about the people's standpoint. The truth of the matter is, when it comes to situations like this, it's either A, you either go along with it because you're taught it and indoctrinated in it, or B, you're kidnapped. That's it.
Listen here.
I'm not going out of space.
If the extraterrestrials kidnap, they're doing us a favor. They're doing us a favor. What are you talking about? They're doing us a favor, bro. You don't see where you're going on earth already? Star, they're probably bringing us to the promised land, bro.
Do
What
you
do you
hear
mean?
this? Do you hear this? Really? Come on, man. The promised land.
Come on, man. We
Look.
live on earth.
Look.
Open up your ear. Where you going?
My eyes are open. The
Alright,
problem
then.
is they've been open a long time.
Yo, man, the only
and
thing
they're
I'll be saying to
sore.
them is this, yo, man, check this out, bro. As long as you got that technology and I can have longevity with the technology, yo, I'm getting a piece of this, see? I'm getting a piece of it. Make sure you teach me well. Don't fuck around, you know. I'll be talking to them like, fuck around, bro. Yo, I'll be the ambassador.
Let's go.
You know?
Like I said, I started this off on arcades because I wanted to get into some nostalgia-ish, the video game era and why Xbox has gone down in sales. Just to recap, you know what I'm saying? And Brandon fucking Bukingham, Brandon, whatever, BB, came into my city.
He's the extraterrestrial.
And kind of misrepresenting my city going forward. I mean, like, he could have did a better job, but whatever. I get it. From my point of view, he's a plant till he proves me otherwise.
Well, yo, man, you said it yourself. This is Gotham. Anything happens in Gotham, we get new villains coming in. You know what I mean? Besides, we have the old ones here.
Well,
you know what I mean? Because
true
the old ones here are already fighting amongst themselves. So some new villains come in and say, yo, let me take over. Me and them are fighting amongst themselves. In
big facts.
Because they ain't no heroes here.
Seems like it. Definitely seems like it. More and more, man. Like,
now it would be nice to have a Tina Turner moment. We don't need another hero. Oh, yeah.
Shout out. Rest in peace to Tina Turner.
You're damn right.
Man, she was dope, too. Mm-hmm. She was dope.
But yeah, man, this has been an interesting episode here, brother.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Straight up. Any conclusion to this episode here?
Honestly, I would conclude it this way. Angels of the north, south, east, and west. Look after my grandbabies, my nukes, my godchildren and all, my nieces and nephews, till I'm there to be by their side again. Amen.
Z. Respect for everybody tuning in. We all about a win in 2025. Live. You know what I mean? Straight up goods. Bless up.
Oh yeah, hold on, folks. Sorry, Toronto. Wait. The Beauty in You, 13th annual. It's countdown. 14 days from today. 14 days.
13th annual.
13th annual. But 14 days from today, your boy Uncle Beano's on stage.
Don't know, man.
What I'm performing, but definitely get your tickets.
Hit him up for more info. You don't know. Respect.
Thank you.
Respect,
shout out
man.
to Diane
You need
Henry.
to check me, boy.
Nothing but love.
You know what I mean?
Diane Henry. Check the information below is all point. Don't worry, shit with your people.
You don't know, man. You don't know. Like I said, respect everybody tuning in. Please subscribe to all the channels.
Yes,
EQTV, Down to Earth Podcast, CMA TV, NTV. You don't know me. You don't know we up in the city of Gotham. Yeah, boy. But we're going to end it like this as always. Every day, every night. We keep it right. But we don't keep it tight. But yeah, man, here we go. Yeah, man, this is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message. What? You don't know, people. Thank you. We out.